Welcome to the Live Fire Media Show, episode number 51. This is a show where we discuss all things guns and gear, deep dives into movies, shows, games, and more. Your host tonight is the always fun, sometimes entertaining Hunter of Range Hot.
Ooh, I was a little quick on that one, yeah.
Little premature, his life story.
Happens when you get my age.
I am Dave, Kawaka47 from Live Fire Media. Let's get into the show. What is up, buddy?
Man, you know how it is. It's nice and the humidity is thick up here in North Carolina.
I bet it is.
So
I bet it is.
Hold on, you're gonna hear a little chime because
Hunter's technical difficulties. Here we go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine. I hear the chime too.
It was so loud.
I mean, it's not quiet, but
no. What I'm saying is, like when we were talking before.
Oh, the volume was too loud, blasting you out.
Well, it was like normal, and then when you started recording, I was like, "Whoa!"
I gotcha.
So, yeah, but we're all good.
Awesome. Well, so we'll start with the gun thing from last week because you and I record on Wednesdays. If I go shooting during the week, I shoot on Thursdays or the weekend. And I took the GHM9, aka my Pulse Rifle, took this thing out, actually got some legitimate rounds downrange with it since I got the new extractor installed. And what a shocker. You ready?
It broke?
No. Dude, I was seriously half worried about it. I'm like, okay, seriously, please don't blow another extractor on me. I'm like, let's actually let this thing fire and get some rounds down. No, I ended up probably putting 250 rounds through it Thursday. Just blast them. I think I threw up one video even today, just blasting some steel targets with it. Where I had this little Valor Mini dot was not exactly dialed in, but it was slaved close enough to the irons that if I missed the dot, you just bring it over and use the irons, and the irons are actually pretty on point with the thing. So it's cool. It's fun. I'm going to actually get dialed in, but now I think the battery actually died on this optic. So that's something I got to tend with. But at the same time, I also looked up. My birthday's getting close, and that tends to be my time of, which I think is a lot of people too, changing batteries in optics.
Oh, it's weird that you talked about that because I was talking with a buddy of mine today, and we were talking about battery management systems.
Okay.
And have you met my buddy Eric Suarez? He was the director of marketing for Meprolite. Now he's running marketing for Blue Alpha Gear.
I know who he is through you, but that's it.
So last time we were at Gunsight, they had a couple guys that their LPVOs had an illuminated red dot.
Right.
And like a couple of those went out, and a couple other guys had electronic sights. Yep. And the during training, the sights died.
Yeah, I've had that myself too. People act like that doesn't happen on the range. Bullshit. It does happen.
And he was like, use your birthday as your battery management plan. He said at least change them every year.
Yep. I mean, that's what I was going to say. I made a note on changing batteries as another topic too. It's your optics for sure. Probably your flashlights, but I'll be honest, flashlights, I usually have a crap ton of CR123s around that when a flashlight goes, I just replace them then. But the optics, though, replace those optic batteries every year because unless you're running like all HoloSun stuff that's all set to automatic settings, so like it always gates up and down, otherwise change the batteries. It's not that big a deal, Like my wife is joking. She's like, hey, what should you get for your birthday? And I thought about telling her 2032s, CR123s, 2025s, or some other funky ones that I need. Like batteries. I need a shit ton of batteries because I'm actually low on the damn things. Because it's important.
Yeah. I buy them like you go to Walmart and you get the Energizer lithium CR123s. You can get a pack of like 40 for like $25.
That's really not bad.
It's not
bad at all.
It's not.
And Energizers, in my opinion, are the way to go too. I hate Duracells. I've had more Duracells rupture. I've had more Duracells rupture on me than anything else. Now, if it's coin batteries, no problem. I'll go Duracells. But especially CR123s, no, I fucking hate Duracells because how many of them rupture on me. But that's, dude, and I bought them from Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart. Doesn't matter. And Duracells for me just don't hold up. So it's like, nah.
I bought the Energizer lithiums because they are significantly cheaper than the Duracells at Walmart.
I think Energizer lithiums are solid too.
I think so. Like my home alarm system, I have a lot of cameras and motion sensors, and they're backup battery powered. And the manufacturers, even for them, say, "Hey, you can use any double A's that you want, but you get the best service from the Energizer lithiums."
Well, I'll say I'll throw out on batteries too. Is especially in flashlights and some laser units. I was using a lot of Surefires and Streamlights. And your flashlights, obviously, it's fine. But when it comes to laser units like D-balls and stuff, get the Energizers. I've seen units that have relatively full life batteries on Surefires and the Streamlights. The units will quit working, and you put fresh battery and it quits working. You throw an Energizer in there, and it works. My buddy that used to service them, he said, do not use the Surefires and Streamlights in laser units. Buy the actual Energizers. Spend your big boy money and buy Energizers.
Dave, that would be a really good article.
I never thought of that. That all right.
That would, and you would be more of an authority of that than I would.
Right.
So yeah, that would be a great article. You could bang out a couple, 3 paragraphs and a photo.
I'm writing some notes on that shit right now.
Look at you go.
Well, here, we'll use that as a solid segue. I just posted up an article today on Live Fire. I need to throw it up on Range Shop. I got to look at my credentials again. But it was my whole gear loadout from Moons Out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's several. Well, I sent it to you to proof it. I don't know, not proof it, but for you to read it a few weeks back.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And I added in, I don't know, half dozen photos of some of the kit, just kind of going back over it. But so I have it live on Live Fire, and yeah, once I find my credentials, I'll throw it up on Range Shot as well.
Please do.
With the photos. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, oh, look at that. Finally got another article. The only problem I have is I don't get in this webpage thing enough. And so I threw it on the main page. Plus I have like reviews, links, Live Fire Media Show, and then not articles. Because it's not a review, so it's under articles. But I wanted to throw it on the main page. And I'm like looking at it, it's like, how do I get it boxed? So it's boxed out differently, like my Echelon review and the show review. I went back and was looking at it through the WordPress thing, and I just don't get it. I think I actually have to stop and look at the actual code because I can probably decipher it and read that backwards better because I do that at work all the time. But doing WordPress shit, honestly, for me, it's weird.
It is weird.
I'm not used to it at all.
Oh, and like the guy that built my website, he uses a completely different format to build it than I do to use it. He uses like a block format, and it's really hard to navigate.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not pretending I know web code at all because I work in it's technically HTTP. It's a PHP format, which is very similar to HTTP I'm probably saying the wrong shit here. I'm not a web designer, but I can basically take our website at work that's built, and I can maintain the shit out of it because I can understand by reading it all and build new pages, add new stuff in because I've been doing that for several years. But so when you come and jump into something in WordPress, man, that's like a whole other language and it completely throws me off. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this shit. So I don't know. If I have any issues on your end, I might just send you the link to how I laid it out and let you install it all in.
I can put it in there under your name.
Okay.
Well, cool, man.
But yeah, it was pretty excited to get that in there today. I just was like, you know what? I was like, this thing is ready. Well, I had one other screenshot I wanted to grab, and I grabbed a thermal shot from the DNT thermal optic to throw in the article. I mean, they go relatively with the paragraphs, but I did shoot those photos for this thing just so you could see the kit and the gear. And yeah, no, it's kind of cool. I was really glad I got that put out there.
Nice, man.
I feel like I'm actually doing something with shit. So,
you are being a productive member of the gun community.
I'm trying, man. Some days it's easier than others.
Right. Oh, sorry. I was doing some housekeeping.
Wow, that was like 3 topics I just burnt through in 10 minutes.
I mean, what? Is it a race?
No, but at the same time, I look at it as why drag shit out more than I need to. I mean I'm going to go on shooting this pulse rifle thing, but I'm going to get more footage out of it. Do more serious things. Like I did a whole fun bit. I literally I kicked a barrel down like it was a door, and I screamed out yelling like Hudson aliens, "Then they go over there and get him!" and just did a mag dump, pressing it out like this, not shouldering it, because that's kind of what Hudson did in Aliens, just to have fun, and it was fun. So, yeah.
Well, cool, man. Well, I got the Huxworks Flow 45M silencer review posted actually Monday.
Nice.
Really nice 45 caliber can. One of the probably nicer 45s and 9mm. It's a 45, but it's very modular.
Right.
So you can change the end cap, and there's a dozen different ways now you can affix it. And I am probably 2/3 of the way done with the Hush Point 45.
Nice.
And I actually sent you a video. I've been playing with it on the High Point carbine pistol.
I saw that. I like that video. That was funny.
Man, that I've been trying to figure out that carbine pistol for a while. I did a little review on it, and I've been playing with it, and I think you're gonna roll your eyes, but I think I know what I would like to do. I'd like to put a projected dot on it, where it would project a dot, like a laser sight.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about, Mike? You got red dots, you got holographics.
No, this projects, like a laser sight. It projects a dot.
That would just be a laser sight.
Yeah, but it okay. A laser sight projecting a dot.
Well, but it's just a laser sight. Yeah, like old school, just laser. No,
yeah.
No, why do you say that?
Well, because it is really shooting it from the hip is more intuitive than you would think.
Okay.
Because you don't have that stock to bother you. And so, like, I shot a few mags out of it from the hip, and within like the third mag, now I'm probably 25, 30 feet away from a half a man size steel target.
Right.
But from the hip, I could be like ding, 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 and just ringing that steel. So I thought, you put a damn laser sight on that thing, and maybe a flashlight, that would not be a bad home defense setup.
No, I'm not going to disagree. Kind of thinking back in the day when you had Sportsman's Channel and Outdoor Channel, they all had a bunch of Crimson Trace sponsored everything, and Crimson Trace lasers were the thing. Everybody had to have a Crimson Trace laser. I put one on a gun, and I still won't say that's a bad thing. But its difference is you throw a laser on a gun. It's not like in a game. In a game, you can always see the fucking laser or the dot to some degree. In real life, man, as soon as you get it slightly bright, you don't see that laser anymore. Like, it needs to be low light conditions.
And it's jumping around. It
Absolutely.
Ain't like throwing that thing out there and it's just like a rock.
Right. I mean, lasers still, obviously with night vision shit, they still have very much a lot of application, but that's even completely different than vis lasers in a normal, vision spectrum. You got to train with them. You really do have to train with them and practice with them. But once you do, they can be great.
I think
you can do behind cover, like this kind of shit behind cover and see what you're shooting at is viable, and you can do that.
I would agree with that, as long as I know some people, when they had like the Crimson Trace laser grips that would fit their gun, they always ignored the iron sights, and they always trained with just the laser. And I'm like, hey, turn that some bitch off and train with those irons as well.
Oh, no, absolutely. You cannot just go and rely on the laser at that point, because you're hurting yourself hardcore.
Right.
But at the same time, if you don't train to use just that laser, you're also going to hurt yourself, because the whole idea was you couldn't get a presentation, so you're like down here using the laser, and then you got to know that you keep looking at the target and not watching the laser and doing this like a cat, like meow, meow. You got to look at the target, let that dot come back in. And I fortunately again had a pretty cool indoor range spot where I could do that. So I had a Crimson Trace on one gun. I threw a Viridian, rail mounted laser on another one. And so I used the shit out of lasers and was like, okay, there's some really cool applications to this stuff, but I was never ignoring the fact that I'm still running iron sights, and just when I wanted to bring it down into something like this, it was really fast and easy to turn with a laser and jack some targets up. So,
right.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool running a laser on that thing.
Yeah, you think about it. It's 9 rounds. Am I
Yeah.
remembering that correctly?
Correct.
So you got 9 rounds of 45 auto, and so you're +1, +2 over your 1911,
Right.
but then you're adding your what is that barrel length is what, like 12 inches?
12 and a half, something like that.
So you're adding you're damn near you're over doubling the barrel length. So you're going to gain some velocity. You're going to get probably a little bit terminal ballistics.
Yeah, a little.
And so I think it it suppresses well.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You got way of plenty room on that damn thing to put a light.
And here's cool one too to add to that. Between my pulse rifle build and a couple guys online chatting with, we bought a little rechargeable skinny light that literally fits down in the handguard. Even with a suppressor in here, it fits down the handguard. You need to get some longer M-lock screws, but you put it in reverse and you've got this little recessed inset light. Well, the same company, same brand, they also make one that was a light and laser combo with a pressure pad you could fit through the M-lock slots of the Ripley rail and then mount on the outside. And honestly, we were talking $70, $70, and the thing works pretty well. So it's like, you don't have to go drop a shit ton of money to do a good laser. I mean, there's a lot of Chinesium stuff out there that let's be honest, they can make some shit that holds up. They really can.
So that's a good segue for me because we had CanCon, what was it, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, about that.
And so I had just got these. These are Pro Here.
Pro Here,
Prohear. And these are I think these are EP05s, and they're essentially earbuds that are like noise cancellation.
Yeah.
But they also, they work like electronic hearing protection where you can hear like you and I talking.
Right.
But they also Bluetooth.
Yep. I've used some ones like that for quite a while, actually. Not the same, not that brand, but.
Well, these are, in the case it comes in, you recharge the case.
Yep.
And the case charges the earbuds. So I got those in for review, and I used them around the house a little bit, and then I'll tell myself I had continuing education right after I got them, and so I just Bluetoothed it to my phone, and like for 6 hours I just listened to Pandora.
Nice.
But I use them all through CanCon.
I'm assuming this is them.
That's exactly right.
05s.
Yep, that's exactly it. And I'll be honest with you, they are damn decent.
Nice.
They had good noise suppression. It had a good mic on it, so like when you and I were filming and talking, I could hear you good.
Yep.
The only thing about them, I would say, and I may have brought this up, the only thing I could say about them that's probably not amazing was when you listen to music, it's like it's okay.
Right.
But I've got, and I think maybe you and I talked about this, I've got a set of Bose wireless.
As do I.
And oh my God, the difference is amazing. But they're just earbuds.
Right.
So
these are hearing protection.
Yeah, and they work really good for that. They work really good for, the suppression. And then when we went and had lunch there at CanCon, I mean, fuck, it was loud all the time. So I wanted a little break. So I went and found me a table, got me some tacos. I went and found a table kind of away from everybody, turned the radio on. So I'm listening to my radio while I'm eating lunch and playing on my phone and got me a little 20-minute disconnect.
Nice.
So I appreciate the fact that of course, you can use your phone with them. Like when they pair to your phone, you cut your phone off and on and on. Now, I ain't done all that with it, but.
Well, okay. So I have played with multiple sets of earbuds in Ear Pro. The biggest one was the Axles. It was their initial wired setup because I liked it, be able to pull them out and still just dangle around my neck.
Yeah.
And I used the crap out of them. Their battery life and for the hearing protection and be able to hear people talking factor, they were great. They were absolutely great. Dude, I can't count how many range trips, how many events I use those things. Now, when I use the Bluetooth for music, they kind of sucked. I don't think I could get through a single song without some kind of like distortion, noise, crackle, something out of them. But I was okay. I didn't buy them from that. I bought them for the Ear Pro.
Now these weren't that bad.
The whole problem was 2 years, the right ear died, and I reached out to Axel, and they were like, sorry, buy another pair. I'm like, wow, these have been like my go-tos. I'm praising them, and you guys are like, tough shit. I went, fine, not buying you guys ever again. I'm done. So now I've moved to a different brand. I see that. I don't remember what they are. And so far, yeah, Ear Pro wise, they work great. I've not Bluetooth paired them because I honestly just don't care. Because like you said, I have Bose as well. If I'm mowing the lawn, I put my Bose in, listen to those things. But battery life, though, I've ran those things again, days on end, and they've held up really well. So I'm curious to see what your long term with these things.
Yeah,
how these really hold up, you know. Because for $140 they're all on sale right now. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah, and I mean, if I get a year or two out of them, I feel like I got my money's worth.
I mean, I would. Well, my thought is like a year or two at least, but at the same time, that also depends on how often, like, how many full day range sessions in that 2 year time span. I guess that's the kind of information I want to know. You know, because I don't know the ones I've got now. I don't know how they're going to hold up. I've only had them for about a year now. So I'm hitting the halfway mark of where I'm at with keeping these kind of things alive and working.
Right. Well, I'm going to see how long they last. When, I did the review, and then the company pro here, they sent them to me. When I was done, I'm like, hey, I'll send these back. And the guy's like, oh, they're earbuds, man. We don't really want them back. I was like, all right. So I'm like, I'm gonna continue to use them. I love electronic hearing protection.
Yeah, it's the way to go. If you're not running it in 2026, what is wrong with you? There's tons of affordable options. I mean, seriously, nobody wants a loud guy. What on the range?
Right, but here's the thing: the muffs, the electronic muffs. When you're shooting a rifle, they can mess with your cheek weld or your stock weld.
They can.
So I like the fact that these are buds. Now, I guess Pro here, I emailed on the article and the video, and they're like, Hunter, this is great. Thank you. They wanted me to set up a what is it like if they buy through my website, they get a affiliate. But I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Kind of like Olight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I told them, I'm like, no, we're not going to do that because I don't want to jeopardize my, what little bit of good word I got. But so they're like, could you do another interview or another review? So like literally today, I get a box. These are EM022s.
I'm half looking for them.
Now, like I said, they do not Bluetooth, but they do come with a 3.5 millimeter cable that you can plug into something.
Well, that's the thing. Plug into something, because anymore, all your phones don't have headphone jacks anymore.
No, they don't. So I don't know how useful that would be. This would be cool if it Bluetoothed, but I think these are more dedicated range hearing protection. So people probably aren't going to be listening.
Pads. They have gel pads, or they have just standard foam pads.
So here's the thing: you can get either. They sent me the silica gel.
Makes a huge difference.
Bro,
year round makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Now I haven't even put batteries in them, but they're decent. I mean, they are not bad looking. So, I'm going to put some batteries in them and try them out. And probably what I'll do is I'll keep them here at the house, because I always got somebody coming over to the house to shoot, and they don't have hearing protection.
Right.
And all I've got right now, I got a set of Walkers electronic that are mine, and I use them.
Right.
So I've got like 6 set of the old school muffs that are, and I'm like,
big, they stick out real far.
Yeah.
So talk about bad cheek welds.
Right. So I'll use these, and I'll keep these around for people who come over to participate in the reviews.
Yeah.
If we got to talk, here's some electronic hearing protection. So cool. Yeah, man.
Handy. I just saw a thing too. I think Walker in particular. I think Walker has a new line of like kids earmuffs. So like I'm guessing like the banding up top and stuff is built smaller for smaller heads. I'm like, that'd be great because I've got a set that I got Mason years ago that now my daughter wears, but they're, I don't know, overly cheap feeling for what they are. It's like, come on, give me the same form factor, just scaled down a little bit.
Right.
So I need to look those up and see because my daughter could use better ones. And actually, Mason needs adult ones now too. But I've got my old Howard lights that I've had, man, like 15 years. That the wiring is finally coming undone. And those Howard lights, I tell you what, dude, the Impact Sports, those have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Talk about inexpensive over-the-ear Muv Ear Pro. The Howard lights are great. I still think their audio quality beats out a lot of the Walkers, in my opinion.
Okay.
I've got Walkers on my my night vision helmet setup, and while they sound great, I feel like they're too sensitive to cut out when something happens, like gunshots.
Oh,
Or they're cut out for too long, and it's like they're not in stereo. So I was doing a match, or not a match, but a class on the range line. I thought the RO was yelling at me or the instructor, so I stopped and went like this. I'm like, oh fuck, he's 10 guys that way. I thought he was right behind me. I'm like, that's annoying as shit, you know. Whereas I think the Howard lights or even the in-ear ones I've always had between the axles and these other ones, I could always tell directionally where shit was.
right.
You know. But again, maybe it's just that particular model of Walkers that I have because they have several. So yeah, it's almost maddening how many models they have of that shit.
Right.
Still, no matter what, in the end of the day, Electronic Ear Pro, anybody listening, if you don't have Electronic Ear Pro, you need to have some. I don't care if it's over the ear or in the ear.
Yeah.
It makes the world so much better.
And I think these Pro Hears are like $60.
Yeah, that's the thing. None of them that expensive. If you want to spend a bunch, you can't, like anything else. Like I have some Sordens. Those are my go-to over ears. I thought I'd try some really high-end tactical Ear Pro. They're fine, but honestly, the quality of what I hear, I don't think they're any better than the Howard lights. And Howard lights are like, between $40 and $60. And those Sordens, I think I paid $2+ for them. You know, so what are you spending money on? If you want to go inexpensive, budget-wise, there's plenty of good options. I'll see you Pro Ear in here. They have kids ear protection with a whole ton of colors too.
They do.
And $25. All those aren't electronic though.
That brings me to another question.
Yeah.
And I think we might have touched on this before, but when I was using these, the initial Pro here EP05s, I went in it knowing that I'm not going to like these.
Okay, why'd you go in like that?
Well, because of my own bias. I'm like, they're cheap, $140. That's pretty. Because Chad has got a pair that work just like this,
right?
But I think he gave like $400 for them.
Yeah, there are those out there. I'm aware of them.
So I'm like, they're $140. They're Chinese. How good can they be? Now, don't get me wrong. They have some shortcomings, but I was really surprised how well they served as hearing protection as far as cutting in and out of the loud noises.
Right.
So, that got me to thinking, are we predisposed, a lot of us, maybe even, I'm trying not to be a gun snob, and I'm not, but I can be a little snobbery.
But you are.
Right. And so how predisposed are we to made in China? It's junk.
I think if you immediately jump to thinking it's junk, you're missing out yourself. You're being short-sighted and dumb because almost everybody's electronic devices, Howard Light, their boards and their shit is made in China. Rest of shit might be assembled here. A lot of the shit's made in China. Optic-wise, again, this is where I'll throw you on the bus that you have less experience with it. Pistol optics. Yeah. There are so many that are made in China, and guess what? You know what the best brands right now, in my opinion, is Hollow Sun. Their rifle optics and their pistol optics, they're built like tanks. They stand behind their warranties. Their shit works. And I've been running a bunch of Gideons for a while too. Gideons also, they're a Chinese made optic. But guess what? They work. So, it's not like the days of optic wise, you're looking at your Conus and your Barska, which here's the thing. My initial thought right there is to crack on, you're running a Kona or Barska scopes or red dots, or whatever. If they hold 0, what difference does it make? Is the glass clearest? Probably not for the price point. But if it holds zero,
and it's the whole thing. You think about the high point thing. High points. Now they're accurate and they're reliable, but they're ugly as shit.
Right.
The carbine's not so much. The handguns are ugly, but always function over form. So just because high points are inexpensive doesn't mean they're cheap.
Right.
And
but
so
that's a huge issue we have as a society. We see something as inexpensive and therefore related to cheap. That's not always the case.
And I shudder to tell you this. So I went to, when I bought my Panasonic EVA-1, it's a cinema style camera, so it's pretty heavy.
Yep.
So I went to get another Manfrotto. I like Manfrotto tripods. Yep. I've got Manfrotto light stands. I got Manfrotto tripods. I like Manfrotto. So the EVA-1 being a bigger camera, I'm like, I need to go get me a larger set of sticks than what I got. So I went to Southeastern Camera, and I talked to the guy. Tony, and I was like, hey, man, I need a set of sticks for my EVA-1. I need something that'll hold the camera weight, hold the lens weight, and I can get in there with my hand and focus and all, and it's not going to.
Right.
And he's like, you're a Manfrotto, man. I love Manfrotto. So he's like, hey, man, there's a Chinese company, and they're called Suri. It's like SURI. Suri or Siri, I don't know. And so he said, before you buy this, because the Manfrotto was like $700.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. I use some Manfrotto stuff.
And so he goes, I want you to look at this Siri, or however you say it. I'm like, all right. So he pulls it out of the box, opens it up, and sets it right beside the Manfrotto.
It's identical, isn't it?
Dude. I mean, the fluid heads were identical. The pilt, the pan, the tilt, all that.
Right.
All that was identical. The only difference was, and this is probably just my brain, but some of the damn stuff on the Chinese tripod felt better. Like the fluid head was really super fluid, and you had a finer adjustment on like your drag.
Right.
And you had a finer adjustment on the pan tilt. And so I'm looking at Tony and I'm like, is it just me, or are these at least equal in quality? Or even, the fluid head.
Right.
It's like, Hunter, here's the deal. That Manfrotto tripod on the left is like $700. He said that was designed by Manfrotto 15 years ago.
Right.
He said, now what I got all ideas is, because there's no patent on it, Siri or whatever, they bought one and copied it, but they did it with 2025 technology, which was last year.
Right. So
it's probably got nicer stuff. And it was $270.
And here's the thing too, like $270 is not, I wouldn't say that's cheap. It's inexpensive when it comes to heavy duty tripod stuff.
Yeah.
It's inexpensive, but I wouldn't call that cheap, because the reality is companies like that, they're making those things because they're trying to get your business. So it's probably pretty damn solid setup, man. Like,
well, I've been using it for a year, and I've used it.
Okay.
And I look here, I liked it so good that I went and bought 2 more.
Oh shit.
So I've got a small, medium, and large, and they have replaced a couple Manfrottos that I got secondhand.
Right.
Still paid way more than that for them. And they were a little long in the tooth. And I've been using the shit out of them. And then when every SHOT Show, you see Chad holding a monopod, right. That's the same manufacturer. Okay. I bought a monopod for my camera, and Chad bought one. And, this is that's our 3rd SHOT Show and a couple trips to gun sight. And,
dude, to a certain degree, I think it really falls into the work smarter, not harder. If you can get something that, I don't want to go down the whole just as good, because we know how that works in the gun community.
Right.
Not gonna say it's just as good, but if it's saving you time and money, man, I mean, dude, my whole photo setup at work, it's all kinds of cheap Chinese. It's like 2 brands, near, about a bunch of their stuff. Is it the best? No, but I'm also not moving it around locations.
Right.
It's set up in my studio. So guess what? For that work, it's fine.
I mean,
it will get the job done that I need to do, and it does.
If I was filming a documentary with a budget, I would buy the Manfrotto.
Right.
Because I have no illusions that, under hard use over the years, that Manfrotto will stay together better than that other tripod.
But you need something now.
And I don't,
spend on it.
And here's the thing. I can buy 2.5 sets of those for one set of Manfrottos. So is it going to outlast 3 sets?
I know. I also like that the adage comes to the whole buy once, cry once crap.
Buy once, cry once.
Like yes, that's a real thing too. But also, you tell me that buy once of something that's $1,000, and I buy a version that's $200, and it serves me more than the time than I expected to get it done, and I buy another one. Guess what? I'm still saving money. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah, another one I'll throw out there. Like my wife and I built a pretty sizable deck back of our house a couple years ago, and we followed a couple of different online guys, building decks. And the one dude was talking about, he was a Canadian guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I had to go down to Florida to do a job, and I wasn't bringing my tools with me." So he goes, "It was a pretty small deck that I was building." He goes, "You know what I did? I went to Harbor Freight, bought all the tools from them." He goes, "I left them with the customer. I built their deck and said, here you go. You can have all these tools." He's like, "Because you know what? It will get the job done." He goes, "I went home to my better quality tools.
Sure.
These will get the job done." Like if you're a professional starting shit out, yeah. If you can't afford to go buy the DeWalt, the Milwaukee, go buy the Harbor Freight.
Right.
Get yourself by. Like the shit does work. The Chinese stuff does work,
Right. So I'm trying to be a little less biased. I've been to China, I've been to Beijing, So they're wonderful people. But you always see that made in China. You're like, but some of their stuff, it might not be just as good, but
where's this thing made?
I'm sure it's China.
Exactly. Where's an iPhone made? China. I mean, come on.
But,
good for you. Good for you to be less of an old curmudgeon that way. I'm proud of you, man.
I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to broaden my horizon. And here's the thing too. Like this, I don't want to sound like a dick, but when I pro here, now they cold called me via email. "Hey,
right.
Hunter, stumbled upon your site. I see you do yada yada yada."
Yeah.
So anyway, so they emailed me and they're like, "Are you interested in doing any reviews for us?" And I was like, "I've never heard of this company." So I Googled them and I'm like, "It's Chinese." So I emailed them back and I'm like, "I will, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not doing a paid review. You can't send me a check." And they're like, No. We'll just send you a product. And if you don't want it, you send it back. If you want it, you can keep it. I knew that going into it. I'm not
right.
I'm trying to be transparent here. But they're like, "We're going to send this out today." I got a tracking number. It showed up. I did a couple of YouTube shorts and sent them the links. And, within an hour, I got a reply. "Hunter, that's great. Love the short. Love the video. Appreciate that." And then I sent them the review. And I got back at, a page. "Hunter, I went over it. I like this. I love that. It was good to see, the footage at CanCon. It was good." It was a pay. And a lot of manufacturers, you send them a link, and you're lucky to ever hear back from them.
Right. Did
So
they have any like counters or critiques to your criticisms?
I criticized, that the Bluetooth audio isn't as good as my Bose.
Right.
They brought that up, and they're like, "Hunter, that's a legitimate critique. However, they're $140. Your Bose, all they are is earbuds, and they were twice that." Now I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, sure.
But she said, the lady that I was talking with or emailing, she was like, "Look, as long as you're honest, if they suck, say they suck, but say why they suck."
Right.
That
makes a huge difference saying why.
Right.
These things are stupid as shit. I don't like them.
Right. So why? So, I got a great email back from them. And then like her, I guess she was like a marketing person, and like the marketing manager emailed me.
Okay.
They're like, "Hey, Hunter, something Kim is her name." And She's like,
of course it is.
it's like I can't even. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. Let's just say Miss Kim.
Right.
She sent me. She forwarded me your review. I saw it. Great work. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support. I'm like, damn. Then like a week later, they're like, hey, will you do another one? And I'm not going to turn Range Hot into here's an Amazon wish list of junk.
Right.
But I figured, hearing protection, stuff like that, if I do 3 or 4 a year,
yep,
and space them out,
yep.
But they were very appreciative, man.
No, that's cool.
You do something for High Point and send them all the links, and you're lucky if you get a fuck you. But that's neither here nor there.
These are the things I've been rocking, the ISO tunes.
Oh, wow. They're inexpensive too.
Yeah, they're the same price because then they also have pure Bluetooth ones as well. They're same price as your things, $200, but yours are on sale for $140. So I'm assuming ISO tunes, they're not a Chinese company, but they're made in China, which again, fine. So what?
Yeah.
If the shit works, I really don't care in the end.
So I'll tell you what I started doing yesterday. And I'm a little behind on it, but I got started. So, we talked about I was filming a series of videos with RCBS.
Yeah.
So I shot my first video yesterday, and I edited it today. Very little editing, and I essentially pointed the camera at my reloading bench.
Right.
And the first video was how to set up your resizing die.
Nice.
And I talk about safety, talk about the benefits of reloading, but I talk about how. I'm like, why do you got to resize brass? Right. Talk about that. So, and it wound up as like 9 minutes, but I enjoyed that.
No, that's cool.
I enjoyed it. Cool, I'm sitting there. I'm just recording. It's instructional. I don't got to worry about shallow dip the field and trying to be cinematic on shit. And I'm not doing a lot of heavy editing. I'm shooting no B-roll. All the A-roll, B-roll same. If I'm talking about something, I'm holding it to the camera.
Right.
And so when I got there today, all I did was where I had to I would move and pan, tilt, and zoom. I wouldn't talk when I was moving the camera, so I could cut. I would cut that out. And I enjoyed it, Dave. It was
almost therapeutic. It sounds like.
Yeah, it was cool to talk about it. It's something different. That so I'm gonna try to do. I think if I do one every 3 weeks, that's probably about where I want to be.
No, that's cool. That's way cool, dude.
And I can let the fun happen.
And okay, again, I've hammered you this before. I'm gonna hammer you again on this. Upload and clone yourself on Rumble.
Yeah.
Because especially videos like this. I mean, come on. What's probably one of the number one uses of YouTube is how-to videos.
Yeah.
On everything. Electrical, fucking contracting, not contract, but carpentry, gunsmithing, reloading. And if YouTube is slamming us down because we're gun shit, because they're a bunch of assholes, put that shit up on Rumble.
Yeah.
Create a whole, you can create a playlist series on Rumble of the RCBS reloading series. And please get back on X more and post that shit too on X that you're out there.
Right.
Post you're doing reloading videos, how-tos on RCBS systems, and it's on Rumble, or you can throw out the videos on X2 for that matter. But
yeah,
use those tools just because YouTube does suck ass.
I know.
I know the main draw still is your site, which is great, but you might as well put it on the other things because what's it cost you? A smidgen of time?
Yeah, nothing.
So fucking do it. Get those videos. Yeah, I swear to God, if Rumble, I think there's still too many people don't know about Rumble because they're not anything divisive. Therefore, YouTube, they just think I'll just put it on YouTube. But God, if everybody would literally clone their shits on YouTube to Rumble, it would just make such a happier, better place. People are like, oh shit, here's an alternative to watching all these fucking ads on YouTube.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe Rumble's just as bad. I don't know. I run ad blockers on everything, so I don't know in that sense. But especially if you're gun shit though, man, put it on Rumble, dude.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
I
promote this bullshit on Rumble more than anything.
The last video I uploaded to Rumble was actually the HP 15 review. So
I mean, seriously, whenever I upload our show episodes, because I still need to put up last week's. I usually on Mondays. It's Memorial Day, so I've been slacking now because it's Wednesday. But I'll have 2 tabs, and I'll simultaneously put it up on YouTube and Rumble, and then on the other screen I'll be putting up on RSS and Fire Radio Network, all 4 of them at the same time.
yeah,
Because I have everything in Word, and just copy and paste it in. Dude, it takes like 30 minutes.
right.
I mean, once I have everything built in Word, you know what I'm gonna copy over, dropping them into YouTube, Rumble, RSS, and Fire Radio Network. It takes me 30 minutes to do all that shit. So yeah, put those videos out on Rumble.
Yeah, I will.
All right, done soapboxing you.
So
Here's a totally random thing I want to throw out there from just watching things on YouTube. I guess that can be like the segue. Don't we feel like douchebags? We keep saying, "Oh, we're gonna segue now."
you're more douchey than me, but okay.
Yeah, no, you're right there with it, pal. I saw a cool bit the other week and confirmed it again today. X-Files. You watched the X-Files back in the day, right?
Hell yeah, man, it was epic.
Okay. Did you watch both movies?
Were there 2 movies?
Well, you had the first movie was in between seasons, and then a second movie came out after the show was done initially.
Okay,
That one, which was called X-Files I Want to Believe.
I've seen that one. That was with the aliens, right? That they killed with Head and Shoulders. Oh no, I'm thinking about a completely different.
What?
Yeah, what was that? It had David Duchovny in it. They killed alien, like the whatever active ingredient in Head and Shoulders is.
Evolution. It's a great movie.
That's it. That's it.
Movie. I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's a solid comedy. It's a solid movie worth watching.
But it didn't have David Duchovny in it.
Yes, that's what I'm
saying. So I was sitting there, my brain was going, I'm thinking about that. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Orlando Jones, Julian Anderson, not Julian Anderson, but Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore was in it.
Oh, right. Yeah. She was hot, not as hot as Scully, but close.
But X-Files I Want to Believe was the one where, God, what's the dad from Boondock Saints? Yeah, Boondock Saints. You know, talking about the old man dad. He had the revolver vest. Billy something's his name, but he plays a pedo preacher who's having visions of where to find these bodies.
Wait, a pedophile?
Yeah, but you probably can't say that because I'll get you in trouble on YouTube. This episode just get pulled now. Watch, it'll happen.
Sorry.
No, he's a pedo, but he has visions of where to find these bodies. And at the very, I don't know, it was trying to be more of a Monster of the Week episode, kind of in a movie format, and it was all right. I don't hate it, but at the very end, last 15 minutes, it takes a different turn. It was kind of cool, and it's kind of like, why did they expand on that? Well, apparently that movie was, I don't know if it was Fox intervened and fought Chris Carter and chopped it up, but apparently in beginning of June, they're releasing an extended R-rated cut of that film, so it might be more of a director's cut, so we might get the actual real vision of what that X-Files movie was supposed to be. This might knock it up to being a better film now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I still like the original film, and you tell me it's gonna be a longer version, maybe even a little better. I'm all in. Bucket.
I know I've seen it, but man, it was probably when it came out.
Right. So, at that point, it's been a long time, man.
So you know what? I'm gonna put it on my list to check out.
I think it's on Hulu, by the way, too.
Okay.
It will be on Hulu. I Want to Believe.
That's cool.
2008. Holy shit.
What is it?
It came out in 2008.
Oh.
That seems so long ago. Holy hell.
Yeah. That's a while back.
Wow. Other than that, are you familiar with the movie The Backrooms? It's coming out this weekend.
Is that about that theory about you're out of sync with time?
Okay, I'll be honest. I don't really know deeply what Backrooms is all about. I just know I've been seeing more and more shit about it, and the movie that's coming out looks kind of wicked as shit.
You ever heard of the YouTube channel, The Y Files, WHY?
No, but you've maybe mentioned on here before.
So he does a really good explanation of the Backrooms.
Okay. Well, the movie looks cool. I think you should watch the trailer for it. I showed it to my son the other day because he's getting a little more into horror. And I was like, dude, check this out. I was like, I don't think your mom will be interested in watching this one. I was like, so give this trailer a watch. He watches it and he goes, okay. I was like, comes out like next weekend. I think I'm going to go. Do you want to go? Yeah, I'm in. So, all right. I was like, we'll go. So I think we're going to hit that one up either Friday or Saturday night, probably.
Nice.
So we'll report back on that one next week. Because, I don't know. It has that whole creepy vibe of like you don't understand anything that's really going on. I don't know. That's kind of, besides post-apocalyptic shit, I like really bizarre shit like that.
Before you go see that, watch the episode from the Y-Files about the back rooms.
Okay, I will. And
that'll get you squared away on that for sure.
So I will.
Get you making notes.
Oh, always, dude. Every episode. This is like book 2 of notes.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times I just use that to pump it into doing our episode descriptions and keywords and shit like that.
Yes, sir.
Or if it's something I didn't write down in a Word doc, then I'm writing stuff live as we're going over it.
Well, here comes Corporal Buster. Nope. Hold
on. What else you got going on? With you? Anything new?
Well, I'm probably a third of the way in reviewing the Space Cowboys, what I'm calling it.
Nice.
That Mad Pig Customs Marlin.
Yep, I've seen others talking about it a little bit lately.
I'm probably a third of the way into reviewing that.
Every time I see it pop up, all I think is I need to get back out my garage and load more 38 specials for some subs and shoot my lever action subsonic because, God, that's cool.
I hate to say this. Well, I don't, but I'm going to say my favorite rifle is probably a lever gun.
What's wrong with that?
People are going to say, "Oh, well, you're anti-2A because you don't like ARs." I love ARs.
I love ARs too. Yeah, I love ARs.
I love ARs. And for a functional tool, home defense, self-defense, absolutely. You know, but if I'm just going to go out and just have fun to shoot, I think a suppressed lever gun in 357 shooting subsonic 38s.
Right.
Just ding, ding.
It's so cool.
I feel like I love that whole lever action.
I'll be honest, I've always appreciated lever action, but I've never gotten into them because they were always too much cowboy aesthetic, and it's just never been my thing.
Right.
So when Ranger Point and Chris Costa came out and started doing this shit, it was kind of like, wait, I can do a modern lever action? It's not that old Mossberg one from years ago that was uglier than sin. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm way more into it now. And yeah, suppressing that thing is just awesome. Awesome. Here we go. Here's a new one for you. So again, last week shooting, a buddy of mine, Scott, he got himself a lever action.
Okay.
It was a Henry with some Midwest furniture, Midwest handguard, Midwest stock. But he did the 4570 route. Nice. I was like, okay. I said, are you planning on shooting this often when we shoot on Thursdays? He's like, yeah, probably. I'm like, have you shot it much yet? No, I haven't. I was like, okay. So he brings it out and he had some, I'll mix the numbers up, so it doesn't matter. He had some full power rifle loads that we shot that. And it's like, it's not so bad in the stock. It more so it was bad on the cheek. It was like, God, do you feel that shit every time? I was like, okay. Well, they put a can on it. We shot suppressed. That was better. Then he loaded up some subsonic 4570s. Dude, those were cool.
Yeah.
We went out to 100 yards just because we couldn't. He's got the sights are old style, the big blade as the deep notch, but they're fiber optic. I couldn't hit 200 yards with it, nor could he. We went to 100 yards, and we could hit with it just fine at that point. But, dude, the subsonics, the impact on steel at 100, what a thump, man. It was like, holy shit, that's still a lot of energy just...
What weight bullet is he using for his subs, do you know?
I don't remember. He had a 200 and something and a 400 and something.
All right, hold on one second. I'm going to run.
They were all Hornady stuff. So I'm going to look up a Hornady's subsonic stuff, see what that is. But yeah, shooting the supersonic stuff suppressed was definitely better, but shooting the subs was very shootable. But I'm pretty sure he said the subs were almost $2 a shot. So I was like, dude, this is cool. I'm glad you got it and you're digging it. But if you want to shoot a lever gun a lot, get a 38-357 and load your own stuff, which he's already loading 38-357 both. So he can do it easily. I imagine it won't take long before he does end up buying himself another Henry setup in 357 just to shoot it more often. What you got? That is a big, long ass bullet.
That's a 430 grain gas check, and these are cast out of wheel weights.
Okay, so those ones you did?
Yeah, my buddy gave me the mold, and so I'm loading a 430 grain hard cast. They're Burnell. They're between 19 and 20 Burnell, and I'm loading it right at 1,000 feet a second.
Okay, the Hornady's 4570 subsonics, they're 410 grain.
Okay, so still a heavy bullet, but this is 20 grains heavier, and it's a flat point.
Damn.
Yeah, and you can push these on up to pretty hot, but I like it out of a sub. And I mean, I'm shooting steel at 25, 30 yards of my house. Bang! You're like, damn.
Yeah, you know it hits for sure. Like it's.
Oh yeah,
the 4570 subs is pretty damn impressive when that thing hits. It hits hard.
I love the 4570, and I love the versatility of it because you got those trapdoor Springfields that were developed around black powder cartridges, so they're pretty mild. But if you get into like the double tap stuff that the McNets are loading, man, they got a 405 grain 4570.
Right.
It's punishing to shoot.
Yeah, no thanks. That's not fun.
Like it kicks. It reminds me of shooting a 300 Winchester Magnum.
Right. And where's the fun in that? I'm good. I want my shooting to still be fun. Like,
but this is for like hunting gorillas and big feet.
Sure. Again, application wise, sure. If I knew I was gonna be doing something crazier like that, I would have no problem getting a 4570. I would still probably, I don't know, maybe I'd do a 44 or 45 Colt instead. I don't know. But I have no problem doing something like that for that purpose. But if I'm actually gonna do range shooting and have fun with it, I'll stick with my 38 special, like hands down.
Yeah, man. I mean, because it's cheap to load, and I've got some 357 bullets. That I cast to shoot out 357, 38.
Well, I told you I'm talking to a buddy in Tennessee. I'm probably going to take my Henry with some 357s and go hunt a black bear. I think this fall probably with him.
Could you hunt a black bear with 357 Magnum?
He says he does multiple times. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So out of a rifle again. Because what's the Henry? An 18-inch barrel, I think. Yeah. And, but again, I'm like not me my hand loads. I'm going to buy some really good shit for that.
Right.
Do it right.
Sure.
But yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully I get to go. I hit him up. I don't know. It was in the spring. I was like, dude, you ever hunt bear? And your nigga was a 327. He was like, yeah, dude. It's like, mind if I come down and hunt a bear like next season? He's like, sure. All right, cool. I want to do it.
I'm going to send you. I want to talk about this before. I don't know how quick we're going to wrap up.
No, go for it. Go with
I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to send you a link in the chat.
Okay, expand it. Yeah, the Henry's a 17.4-inch barrel. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like 18. Where the hell's the private chat? There it is.
So, can you screen share that?
Yeah, give me a second.
Please.
Move it over here. All right, talk it away, Hunter.
So this guy found me online, and he's asking me to review, or not review. He wants me to photograph his slings.
Bushcraft Rifle Slings. Yeah, old school OG leather slings.
Bro. And
I'm guessing.
All handmade. The guy lives up in New York. And he's a retired police officer, and he's like going full swing into this now. And I'm gonna tell you what, man, it is a real nice sling.
Dude, $80 for this one right here. That doesn't seem bad at all.
I mean, I feel like that's about half of what it ought to be.
Oh, it's normally they're 105. That's still not that much more.
Yeah.
And he's got a no drill universal rifle fit sling. That's really cool, actually.
I called a guy up.
Dang.
Bro. I called him up and one he had emailed me his number and I called him up and I'm like, hey, what are you looking for? Like on white, which now that I see he's got, he's like, just give me some cool product photography. How much is it going to cost you? Or he's like, how much is it going to cost me? And I'm like, well, how about this? Let me do the photography and you pay me what you think it's worth because he's just getting started.
Right.
And so he sent me 4 slings to photograph. And then I was like, hey, man, do you mind if I throw these on a couple test guns and mention them?
Right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be great. I love that. And I'll tell you what, man, it is nice shit. They're quick adjust. Now, it's not a tactical sling, but it is.
Oh, shit.
But it's a quick adjust, but it's made out of damn thick, nice-ass, thick leather.
Dude, I'd throw one of these like on my M1 Garand.
Oh, it looked gorgeous.
Yeah. This would look dope on the Garand.
But I mean, so I did them a little YouTube short. And I mean, they are thick, like they're thicker than your belt.
Right.
If you got a good, leather gun belt, they're at least as thick as that, or maybe a little more so. But the guy I talked to him on the phone for 30, 45 minutes. He was just as nice as he could be, very knowledgeable, big supporter gun. He grumbled about New York. Now he's like out of New York City, but he was grumbling about their gun laws a little bit.
Right.
But real nice guy, real knowledgeable. And he makes something that I think is extraordinary, especially for the money, especially for, made in the USA.
Well, I'll say there's where you hit right there. Sure, you can find leather slings all day long, but are they actually of quality?
Right.
Where they made at? Are they disclosing that it's made outside the US or whatever? Or you find them where, yeah, you see a really nice sling, it's made in the States, and it's like $300 or $400. It's like, okay, cool. Maybe if I was going to African safari, I would sink that kind of sling into it, but I'm not, so no thanks. $105, that's very reasonable, I feel like, for a good leather sling that's handmade.
I'd put them slings up against anything. I'm serious as a heart attack. And now I can see why he's asked me, because the color on that sucks.
On the photos?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's funny you say that. I look at it and it looks pretty descriptive. I mean, the black is black, the orange to brown.
That brown is more like a mahogany. Now, that's close.
I feel you're gonna say that.
But I mean, now that one is gorgeous. And
they probably smell good too, don't they?
Oh, when you pull them out of the bag, yeah, they smell just like new leather.
Yeah, you get waffled with the leather smell. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh hell yeah. And so I put them on 3 Marlins.
Of course you did.
Because I'm reviewing them.
Right.
So I'm going to mention him in my reviews. But
did you put one on the space gun?
I did.
Why not?
I did. I put that real kind of dark red burgundy on it.
Okay.
But I wanted to plug the guy because he's really nice. I think he built something that is quality.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get his damn feet under him.
No, I think it's way cool. Plug it away. I'm going to make sure I wrote my notes too, so I'll put it in the show notes.
Thanks, man.
People look it up because, yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, he builds good shit.
Cool. I still like the no drill sling. I need that for a no drill sling for Mason's Henry because his stock is engraved with his name on it from his grandfather.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I don't want to drill and tap it. But the downside is, I think even this no sling or no drill sling option, I think it'll still partly cover up his name, but not a big deal because the point is we're not drill and tapping the stock.
Yeah, you always take it off.
Exactly, and it'll still be there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So I didn't want to plug him because nice guy.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
And I appreciate somebody out there trying to hustle, make something good, Right.
Always, man. Always.
Excellent.
Well, that's about all I had, unless you've got anything else.
I mean, I'm the reviews I'm working on is the Hush Point 45.
Right.
Nice can though. I like that. I think I've talked about everything I got. I'm working on right now.
Well, like I said, I've got my one article put up on my site. I'll get up on yours. I'll have your help getting it up on yours.
Sure.
And maybe I'll try and fast track another review that I have that's probably written. Need to go back and repolish and post something up because I've got a couple that need to go up.
And if you're trying to populate that with some content, if you want to swap a couple articles, I'll pull some off Range Hot.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And post them up. That way, if you want to do that, you'll have some ready-made content.
Right.
I do that with Larry Case a lot with Guns and Cornbread.
Yep.
He and I trade articles.
Oh, I do that then.
So,
well, let's close it out like this then. Turn off the news. Turn off the social media. Take a break from all that shit. I was gone last weekend to see a buddy because his oldest kid was graduating high school. And yeah, we were tuned off from all this crap. And guess what? That added to even just a better, relaxing weekend. So turn that shit off.
Yeah.
The other thing, go ahead.
The news, I was talking to, it might have been you. I was talking to somebody, and it's like, now and I don't, both sides.
Don't get deep in it. It's a closing comment.
I'm talking about news in general.
Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah, it's 10% news and 90% entertainment.
Yeah.
And
it's 10% news and 90% bullshit.
Bullshit, yeah.
So yeah, turn that crap off. Unless you're looking to find yourself some training, go get trained.
I agree with it. Yeah, man.
Not just firearms, not just self-defense, but something I think everybody takes for granted is stop the bleed class. Take a first aid class. Like, how many do you really know how? Like, not talking to you, Hunter, but do you really know how to apply a tourniquet on different body parts? Like I do.
I've put one on a guy.
I mean, so there you go. But take a class for that shit. You'll actually have a lot of fun doing it. You might get a little messy depending on the class, but that might be just a more important class than any kind of gun class or self-defense class.
Yeah.
Beyond that, you know where to find us. He's at Range Hot.
Range Hot. Where are you at?
I'm at Live Fire Media. You can find the links for both of us from there. So we hope you enjoyed this.
If not, you get a full refund.
Exactly. And then at that point, try it next time. So
there you go.
Peace out.
Bye, y'all. Good.